everyone. My name is Leslie Little. I'm the administrator of this group, the creator of this group, and I serve women here who are going through perimenopause or perimenopause, women over 40-ish, 50-ish, who are looking to improve their health and feel better, get back to their youthful energy, more youthful energy. I know as my story is, as I went through all of this, I experienced a lot of pitfalls, and so I want to help people not have to hit all those pitfalls. So I'm a trained dietitian, and I've also been coaching women in the beauty industry for more than 25 years. Worked in the healthcare, i.e., sick care industry for more than 15 years, and I've kind of come full circle, pulling it all together, health and beauty, because we need to feel good from the inside out. We need to take care of our bodies from the inside out as well as from the outside in. So, a healthy woman is a beautiful woman, I always say, right? So, anyway, so we have 5 days together. I'm super excited. If you didn't get let me go to the group and just make sure that I see you guys here. If you didn't get the guide, um, I'll drop a link right below this video when I get off. It's kind of a lot for me to do while I'm trying to do everything, so I'm not going to do it right this moment, but let me just go to the group and make sure that things are working and that I'm in the right group. I am. Okay, learn about the dangers of sugar. So here we are. All right. So I wanted to go over a few things with you today, mostly just, I think we all know that sugar's not good for us. And this Fall into Health Challenge really is about ditching sugar. We're going to do a quick little detox for 5 days, just get off of sugar and see how much better we feel. And so, it's cutting back on sugar really tops the list if you're going to improve your health. So, and it is easier said than done. Sugar, is highly addictive, and it lights up this reward center in our brain. And once you eat it, your body craves more, which can make it hard to break free of sugar. So, unless you have the right game plan, which is what this is all about today. So we're just going to hit the reset button on our metabolic response to sugar and our cravings. So how does that sound? You guys can do anything for 5 days. And so the guide has kind of the rules for the 5 days with me and what to expect. But the rules basically are, I hate rules, but what we're going to do is we're going to not eat for 5 days. We're going to not eat sugary sweets. That means cookies, cakes, donuts, candy, muffins, pastry, ice cream. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite. We're not going to drink sweetened drinks. This includes sodas, energy drinks, or sweeteners in your coffee. I know, this is the hard part for a lot of us. The third thing is the sugar-free or artificial sweeteners. That's the hard part too, because we all like that little sweet treat and the little sweet taste in our coffee or our tea. But you guys, it tricks your brain into thinking that you're eating sugar, and it still causes sugar cravings. So we're going to say no to those things this week too. We're going to choose. In my private coaching with my clients, I always tell them, you don't have to do anything. You're here by choice. You want to improve your health, and I want to guide you in how to do that. So you're going to choose this week, and I want you to say that to yourself. I'm choosing not to eat sweets. I'm choosing no sweetened drinks. I'm choosing no artificial sweeteners, and that includes Splenda, stevia, monk fruit, xylitol, and erythritol. Again, because they can trick your brain into thinking that you're eating sweets, and it still causes the cravings. And that's what we want to hijack, is those sugar cravings. All right, we're going to steer clear of a lot of fruit. It doesn't have to be all fruit. I'm going to give you some guidelines throughout the week, but Let me be clear here. Fruit is not bad. It's got lots of vitamins, lots of minerals, lots of fiber and antioxidants. I'm not opposed to fruit, but for the 5 days, we're going to really reduce our intake of fruit because fruit does have a lot of natural sugar in it. And since the purpose of this challenge is to reset our metabolic response and how we crave sugar, we're going to avoid it for a few days, just for 5 days. So, no fruit juice, not even any natural sweeteners like honey, dates, coconut sugar. Um, there are a lot better options in general than table sugar and high fructose corn sugar, but they still spike insulin and cause cravings. And I'm going to teach you over the 5 days how to work these things back in so you can have some sweetness in your life, but keep it in balance. It's finding your sweet spot. And that's what we're going to be covering throughout and really wrapping up on day 5 with that. So, any foods with added sugar, you guys, and beware, sugar is hiding out in everything. It's hiding out in everything. So, this week, you're going to be really looking at labels and you're going to be looking even at foods that seem healthy to you, like yogurt, granola, your salad dressing, your ketchup. It's all in there. So just beware of that stuff and avoid eating anything with added sugar. You can just look at the back of the label and it says number of grams of added sugar. And a lot of things have added sugar in them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to really detox from those things. Okay. So all of this is in your guide. So hopefully you will get that. I don't see any live watchers, but if you are coming back and watching the replay, please put hashtag replay. Let me know that you were here. And if this makes sense, if you have any questions, drop them here under the video and I'll be sure and answer them throughout the week. Okay, so this is super important. We're going to have some fun. There's going to be a little homework challenge at the end of every session so that you have something specific to kind of focus on for the week. So, and I'll give you that challenge at the end of today. So I don't think we'll really be here too long today. I want to go over the what sugar really does to your body and why you want to choose to do this. Okay, so because like I said, it's easier said than done. It's not that it's hard for us because it is so addicting. But let's talk about how it affects your health. How it affects your health. You know, sugar, number one, sugar is really affecting your blood sugar spikes. And I'm going to go over the whole blood sugar roller coaster. I think it's on day 3. But sweetened foods like soda and cookies and candy spike your blood sugar, also known as blood glucose. I talked about that in my video last week. As your blood sugar rises, your pancreas pumps out insulin in response. But if you are constantly bombarding yourself, your body, with a high sugar diet, your body actually becomes less sensitive to insulin. So you develop a condition called insulin resistance, and it leads to diabetes. Some of you I know in this group already have pre-diabetes or insulin resistance. So this is why we have to be cautious of these foods, because insulin resistance over time is what's going to lead to diabetes. It also leads to weight loss resistance. So I like to use an analogy here about insulin resistance, kind of like, you know, when you nag your husband all the time to do chores or to get something done, I mean, pretty soon they just don't hear you, right? They just don't listen anymore. They say, yeah, honey, I gotcha. Yeah, honey, I got you. And then they do their own thing, right? Does anybody else have that problem with their husband? Oh my gosh, you know, the list goes on and on. But that's what happens. It's like they start to tune you out. Or maybe you have teenagers who they just start to turn you out. Yeah, mom, I know. So they do start to tune you out. So that's what happens when we carry on with a high sugar diet for too long. And you guys, the sad thing is this is not entirely your fault that we are addicted to sugar. The food industry has, when we went low fat, oh, I don't know, a couple of decades ago, when everything went low fat, guess what? We had to put sugar in it to replace the taste, to make things taste better. And we, in the process, over the last couple of decades, we've become addicted to sugar because it's so laden in our foods. So I want you to really just beware of this and eliminate. When I first started getting sugar out of my life, not that it's totally out of my life, because again, I'm going to help you find that sweet spot because we all enjoy a treat, right? And the holidays are coming up around the corner. We want to know how to manage all that, right? Still don't see any live viewers. So as you pop in, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I love interacting with you here in the group. So do let me know. So insulin resistance, that's the number one thing that we're really going to spend time on this week. The second thing is your weight. A lot of you are in here. I started this group in 2019, end of 2019, early 2020, I can't remember. But it was a weight loss group. It was a how to lose weight, let's 6 weeks to slim down. I just wanted to help my friends who were struggling to get weight off. Sugary foods, you guys, are low in nutrients and fiber, but also high in calories. And that's why high sugar diets are linked with weight gain. So people who eat more sugar tend to have more visceral fat, otherwise known as belly fat. That bulge around the middle is belly fat, and it's coming from your diet that's high in sugar and low in fiber and other nutrients. People who I already said that, who tend to eat higher sugar diets tend to have more belly fat. It's also a risk for chronic disease. You guys, like diabetes, heart disease, and some cancers. So we don't want that. We don't want that. I'm all about helping you prevent these kind of diseases related to your diet. So insulin resistance, your weight, your liver. Okay, let's talk about your liver for a moment. Your liver uses a form of sugar, fructose, to make fat. Your liver is responsible for that. Fructose is fruit sugar. Eating too much sugar can cause fatty buildup in the liver. Anybody ever experience or have your doctor tell you have fatty liver? This is what's causing it. It's from the buildup of sugar in your diet. My screen just went dark. There you go. And it can put you at risk for liver disease. So that's no bueno either, right? Let's talk about how it affects your heart. High sugar diets increase the risk of heart disease. Increase the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, high triglycerides, and high LDLs, which is bad cholesterol. All of these things are your diet is contributing to. So if you've had a diagnosis like I had, such a scare with high LDLs and high triglycerides, you can reverse these things, and cholesterol. You can, in fact, reverse these things by getting sugar out of your diet for the most part. Now let's talk about how one of my favorite topics to talk about is skin, right? Diets high in added sugar. Like when you are eating too much sugar, it's linked with acne and premature aging. Might be why I suffered from acne as an adult because my diet was likely high in sugar. I was eating a lot of low fat foods because I thought that was the thing to do, and I was relying on convenience and packaged foods and processed foods because they were convenient. I didn't really realize, I wasn't paying attention at this era. I was 2 decades out of, like, I was stayed at home with my kids, and I was not paying attention to dietary things. And this was a big problem because I was contributing to the skin issues that I was having. And my skin was just going bonkers. Stress had something to do with that too. So let's talk about how diets high in sugar also uh, affect your mood because it's affecting your brain. Depression and anxiety are more common in people who eat high sugar diets, and research shows that cutting back on sugar eases those symptoms. So if you have highs and lows in your mood, you get anxious, consider that it might be the sugar in your life that's causing these detrimental things to happen. And then your energy level, you guys, even though sugar gives you an instant boost of energy, it soon after crashes. We're going to talk about this more on day 3 when I talk about the blood sugar roller coaster and what's happening with the spikes and the drops in your blood sugar. So your energy will plummet. So that's why that 3 o'clock dip that you get, you want to go grab something to boost your sugar, to boost your blood sugar. It sometimes will also give you a drop. So avoid the sugary foods and avoid fruit at that time too. And I'm going to teach you on one of the days how to balance that better with proteins and fats. The trash truck is outside if you hear that beeping off. And then your brain. When your blood sugar is constantly running high and you don't know it, you don't, maybe you feel it, but it's not like if you're pre-diabetic or you're maybe not even there yet, you don't really notice it, but your blood sugar could be running a little on the high side. When it stays high, it damages your blood vessels that carry this oxygen rich blood to your brain. And guess what? That's what's leading to that foggy brain syndrome, to your memory and lack of attention, maybe even a little ADD going on. A lot of the sugar in our diets will do that to you, and it also increases your risk of developing dementia and Alzheimer's. So, you guys, the research is clear that is killing us. That it really is a threat to our health. And so, as we fall into health this week, with these 5 days, sugar has to come out of our diet. And I want you to keep track of, my printer wasn't cooperating with me this morning, but I was going to, in your guide, you have how to track your progress there. So you have day 1, day 2, day 3, track any symptoms or positive changes you notice over the challenge. So for today, your assignment for today is to hide or trash all of the sweets in your house. All of the sweets, cookies, cakes, candies, things that are obvious forms of sugar. I'm not asking you to go through your pantry and clean that out yet. You can do that if you want, but today I just want you to remove from your environment, okay, from your obvious environment, any sugary sweets or drinks. Remove the Splenda, um, remove the fruit, all the things that are on the list that we want to not have. I want you to be super aware of it. I want you to go through and look, but definitely remove the things that are obvious. Like go in your pantry. Do you have cookies in there? Do you have donuts, cakes, candy, muffins, pastries, ice cream? If you have ice cream, uh, you can ditch it or you can hide it if it's too tempting, if you're eating that on the regular. But this week, we're going to not have any of that. So I'm asking you to hide all that stuff. Put it at the back of your pantry. Put it in a covered container. Get it out of your eyesight because when we see it, we want it, we crave it. So remove it from your eyesight. If it's not there, if you don't see it, you're less likely to eat it. So that's your assignment for today, is to download your guide, um, see where all the sugar is in your kitchen, and get rid of as much of that as possible. Get rid of as much of that as possible. And then I will see you tomorrow in the group. Let's see what we're talking about tomorrow because I don't want to miss out on tomorrow, we're talking about the root cause of weight loss resistance, like why. We're going to dive a little deeper into how sugar is affecting your weight and the weight loss resistance. So it's a little more diving deep into the hormone factor and how it's affecting your insulin and your cortisol and all of that, and it's causing you to hang on to belly fat. Okay, so that's tomorrow. All right. So now that you have your homework, the other thing I want you to do, and I had put this in the email, is be sure to make a comment on your Facebook wall. Print your Fall into Health Challenge guide and hold it up. This is part of it. It printed out the last few pages. But there are some recipes in here for you as well and some suggested meals to help you stay off of sugar. Um, but hint, just eat real clean whole food and you'll be fine. With the exception of fruit this 5 days. We're just going to cut out fruit for this 5 days. So that means what can you eat? You can eat meat, you can eat chicken, fish, poultry, salads, vegetables, lots of vegetables, more vegetables. You can eat healthy fats, avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds, all those kinds of things. Unless you have a dietary restriction for some of that stuff, you can eat all those things and you will feel fuller and better. All right. So that's your challenge. So tag me in that post, do a post, let people know you're doing a 5 day challenge with me. Invite them to be your challenge buddy. I want you to find a challenge buddy this week. Somebody either in the group or somebody that's not in the group. Invite them to the group, invite them to the challenge. And let's see how we do. All right. All right, you guys, that's all I got for you. I will see you tomorrow, straight up at 12 noon, right here in the Facebook group. The live videos, by the way, will be here, will be housed here in the group until next week. Then they'll come down. If you're registered, you'll get an email with a summary of the challenge for today and some other tips. And yeah, so I will see you in a replay of the video. You'll get that tomorrow morning. All right, so I will see you tomorrow in the group. All right, have a great day.